Go out, Maggie. Yeah, let's go. Here we are at the Ides of March. And I haven't done a video on my yard in quite a while. We did plant our back lawn and now it's a straw lawn. And today I'm going to be uncovering my overplanted lettuce, my lettuce box. And believe it or not, I can see a few little carrots coming up amongst them. And what I plan to do on the lettuce, when it gets a little bigger, I'll start thinning it out. And I see we have a little rabbit in the bed. And this bed here, I've got 2 levels of dirt in this bed. From here down, the dirt is a lot lower because this is a lot of leaf. And then my beets are also planted too thick, but I'll start thinning those. And I think the peas aren't blooming yet, but we'll have nice spring peas to eat. Looks like, no, not quite. And for some reason, the chickens, when they do get out, they go to the first beds naturally. And then when we seeded our lawn this last weekend, and I'll show you my new tree, my crabapple tree that we planted to take the place of our big camphor tree that we took out. But see, it's beginning to leaf out, so it has made it, and it looks like maybe it will have some blossoms on it. Oh, how nice. And anyway, when we and this is yarrow coming up. That's an herb, a really nice herb. And so over here, and I see that some of our blocks, when they moved them, got put on top of a lemon balm, but that's almost like a weed, so I've got gobs of it. And anyway, when we planted the lawn, I thought we were going to have to replant my cover crop because we had put it in just before it got really cold and had a lot of freezing nights, and I thought I'd lost it. And so after we planted the lawn, I said, okay, let's go replant our cover crop. And we came down and we saw that it was beginning to come. And each day I can see more and more of it. There's field peas. I don't know if you can distinguish any on the camera. And there's vetch, hairy vetch. And there's supposed to be some oats, which I don't see any oats, but I see the hairy vetch and the field peas. And that would be fine if that's all that came. And then the last freeze did get my lemongrass. If I was a good gardener, it would have been cut down by now because it would help the new growth come in. So I've got to get out and cut my lemongrass back. And this is the bed that I'll have my tomatoes in this year. And finally, and I did lose one of my asparagus plants, and maybe I didn't. I'm not sure. This is the other one. It looks sort of like it. You know what? That looks like an asparagus, but there's only the one. I don't know enough about it. If I cut it back, maybe, I don't know if I should cut it if there's only one. I don't want to lose the plant. Anyway, next year I'm supposed to be able to have asparagus. And my comfrey, that was huge. See, we had to replant all of this because it was only 1 block high. And we made it 2 blocks high, and then in the back here it's 3. But anyway, the comfrey will return and be really good. And it took us quite a while to get the chickens where they wouldn't get out, but I think we've finally done it. And I'm going to take the screens off of some of this. I planted this in February, near the middle or end, and I have radishes that are coming up. I planted some other greens that I'm not sure I see any of those others, but I'll have radishes. And anyway, we thought we had it all fixed, and then Wilma White got out. And when I thought we had it all fixed, I came out, and all of these empty little dirt spots I seeded into collard greens, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, that kind of stuff that is early spring. And after I planted it, the day after, Wilma White got out and went every place I'd seeded. So I doubt if any of that will come up, except, I see some little spring sprouts that look like broccoli right there. So maybe some of it will come up. And that's coming up collards from the root. So maybe we'll have a few little collard greens. I see that. And anyway, now the last chicken to get out was Cocoa Puff, and her wings had started to grow back, and we just clipped them, and that's been the end. So I think I'll have somewhat of a garden. Maybe not the greatest. And I don't know if you can see, the birds just love. I hope it's just the stuff they're eating off the straw. And I'm not sure if we got it too thick in there. And it was funny, as I was seeding it, Tom and I could see coming up lawn that was truly lawn. And so regardless, if something green is going to grow on that dirt spot. So that's and I'm going to show you one more thing back in the chicken yard. And I've got to pick Swiss chard when I get through here. And see, some has jumped the bed. It's all picked down there too. And actually, I have a little kale collard coming up right down there is where it jumped the bed. But we have a peach tree that's blooming. That planted itself, and peaches, a lot of fruit trees, when they come up with seeds, aren't that good. But peaches can be very good coming up from a seed. And that's evidently, we'd thrown a peach into the yard, and there it was growing. And my lemons, we just are using, and it's still just thick with lemons. And I think the lemon tree really likes the hens. I know the hens like the tree because they get under it to keep out of the rain, and also it's a shady spot for them when it's hot. So that's our Ides of March garden and surviving the 80s.